Everyone, this is Randy News, your host on Between the Chalk Lines podcast, where it's all baseball talk all the time. And you know that I'm going to start off with July's next month because this is June 27th that I'm recording. It'll come out on the 28th for you to watch or listen on YouTube and just about any podcast service, Apple, stuff like that. Google and I don't know, I'm blinking, but some of the others. Yeah, the giveaway for July will be this fantastic Nolan Shanwell bobblehead. Perfect, never opened, never taken out, and as you'll see, you notice if you're a follower, a subscriber to the YouTube channel, or follower on any of the other services for the podcast, you'll know that you'll see the photo of this specific bobblehead on the Between the Chalk Lines Instagram on July 1st. It'll pop up. You'll see. Go ahead and like it, comment, liked, and subscribed when you come back to the YouTube channel here and subscribe. So like, subscribe, and comment, liked, and subscribed. That's all I ask. And you get a free bobblehead out of it. You can ask some of the other people that have recently been in my giveaways. This is entirely free. It was shipped straight to their door, and they got exactly what they were told they were going to get. So, just wanting to put that out there. The Seanwell bobblehead giveaway starts on July 1st at midnight. So, midnight that time, day, whether you're on the East Coast, it'll be 9 o'clock here on the West Coast. That's when it starts. Let's get to some news, folks, and some Angels news following that bobblehead giveaway. If you haven't heard, Ron Washington has been gone away from the team since June 20th on medical leave. The team has not said specifically what he's sick with. As of now, 6 o'clock Pacific on June 27th. So it's been a week, but they did announce, or at least it's been reported, that he will be out for the rest of the season, and Ray Montgomery will be the bench coach. The Ray Montgomery will be the interim manager, and then bench coach is, I think his name's like Ronnie something. Let me find out real quick because I know what it is. Ray Montgomery is the interim, and Ryan Goins will be the bench coach for the rest of the season. Right now is All-Star talk. So let's see what's happened after phase number one. Phase number one gave us the starters for two positions. The top vote getters in the AL, who was Aaron Judge. Not a very hard pick there. He will be starting automatically. And then Shohei Ohtani, obviously, as well. 28 home runs, hitting 291 right now. Leading the NL in homers, just saying. Is starting as the designated hitter for the National League. Phase two starts Monday on the 30th at noon Eastern. So 9 o'clock here Pacific for everyone that knows, and closes on Wednesday. So only 3 days to vote, everyone. And I want to go through some names. We have the National League finalists. First base, Freddie Freeman and Pete Alonso. Huge names. You could say rivals as far as teams. The Dodgers and the Mets. But my pick personally would be Freddie Freeman. He is just uber consistent. Whenever he's up to bat, it seems like he ends up getting on base or scores someone or does something. Peter Alonso is that long ball kind of guy. I don't have all their stats up right now, but my pick, Freddie Freeman. Second base, Ketel Marte and Tommy Edman of the Dodgers. So another Dodger, and that is tough. I would have to say Ketel Marte of the D-backs. Tommy Edman is no pushover, but I would give this to Marte. Looking at shortstop, Francisco Lindor, who has that broken right pinky toe on his foot. And then Mookie Betts. Easily Mookie Betts. Lindor is injured. He can't start. So, Betts, Freeman, Marte is the only non-Dodger so far. Moving to third, we have Manny Machado and Max Muncy, another Dodger in there. So you're gonna see that as a consistent thing here. Dodgers in the National League. I would personally go with Manny Machado, but there's gonna be a ton of Dodger fans out there hating on me for saying Machado of the Padres, but he's just the man. Max Muncy, he's kind of a third base / second base, not a true third baseman. Moving to catcher, easily, we have Will Smith and Carson Kelly. Will Smith, I'm just gonna say it plain and easy. Will Smith of the Dodgers again. So you have Freddie Freeman, a Dodger, Ketel Marte, D-back, Mookie Betts, Dodger, Manny Machado, Padre, and then Will Smith, Dodger. So a lot of NL West here in my picks. Outfield is where it gets interesting. Pete Crow Armstrong, Teoscar Hernandez, Ronald Acuna Jr., Kyle Tucker, Andy Pages, and Juan Soto. I'll just pick three guys in the outfield. PCA of the Cubs, Kyle Tucker of the Cubs. Both are doing extremely well. I'll bring up Pete Crow's numbers. They are MVP worthy, possibly, if Shohei went down and got hurt. Sorry, I had something in my throat. So yeah, PCA, easily number one pick. Kyle Tucker, number two pick, and Andy Pages of the Dodgers. So 2 Cubs and a Dodger. Juan Soto, sorry, $700 million man just isn't in the cards for me. Let's look at the AL finalists. First base, Vladdy Jr. Paul Goldschmidt. Um, that's a tough one for me. I would have to probably go with Vladdy Jr. Uh, Goldschmidt is obviously on the ballot for a reason. Uh, so is Vladimir. And nothing against the Yankees, Aaron Judge. I totally think he's worthy of that spot. But yeah, I would have to give it to Vlad Jr. Second base, you have Gleyber Torres and Jackson Holiday. This is one that I just wish I didn't have to choose between. And I'll say, let me see here real quick. I want to see some numbers on Torres. Uh, yeah, 281 and 8 homers with 40 RBIs, 70 hits for Torres. Jackson Holiday. I'm gonna just go off of numbers here, guys. Sorry. 259 with 9 homers and 32 RBI, 73 hits. They're almost neck and neck, guys. So I would have to give this to Jackson just barely, because of the hits, and they're almost identical with homers. Torres with 8, Holiday with 9, but Torres has got a better average and a few more RBIs. He got 8 more RBIs than Holiday, but let the Orioles have someone, because this season has just been terrible for the Orioles, and I feel bad. So I'm just gonna say Jackson Holiday at second base. Um, this one, shortstop, interesting, very interesting. I would love to see Jacob Wilson at shortstop, but I know Bobby Witt Jr. is going to be the pick here in phase 2. So Bobby Witt Jr., my pick for shortstop. Jacob Wilson with the A's, backup. Yeah, we'll just put him on the roster as the um, Athletics backup, because every team has to have at least one representative. Catcher, easy. Mariners give Cal Raleigh. If there were no Aaron Judge, Big Dumper would be in MVP talks for American League. So yeah, Big Dumper. You get my vote for catcher against Alejandro Kirk. No offense. And then DH, Ryan O'Hearn and Ben Rice. Ben Rice, easy peasy. uh, You know, let's see here. Let me double check some. Yeah, so I mean, Ryan O'Hearn for Baltimore hitting 301, 11 home runs, 30 RBI, and 69 hits. To Ben Rice, let's see, Ben Rice, 238, 14 homers, 29 RBIs, and 55 hits. Um, it's kind of hard because they're both first base slash DH, and this is for DH. Man, I'm doing the wrong pick here. We already know that the Yankees have Aaron Judge in the outfield, so they're already represented there. You know what? I'm gonna switch that. Ryan O'Hearn. Ryan O'Hearn is my pick for DH. Yeah. So another Oriole. He's not a leader in any of the major stats. 9 doubles, no triples, 11 home runs. Wait, 11 home runs, 3 bagged, 1 caught stealing. He's scored 30 times. Just putting the two against each other for an all-star position it's kind of tough, to be honest. So Ryan Hearn, you get my pick there. Outfield, easy because we have to have at least one representative in each team, like except for each team. Javi Baez against Mike Trout. Sorry, no. Raleigh Green, Mike Trout, Stephen Kwan. My picks. Or even have Riley Green, Javi Baez, Mike Trout, and Kwan as your backup and representative for the Guardians. I totally forgot. I missed third base. Jose Ramirez versus Alex Bregman. Alex Bregman is not 100% healthy, but easily goes to Jose Ramirez of the Guardians. So yeah, Raleigh Green, Holly Baez, and Mike Trout. Stephen Kwan, I know he's a Gold Glove. I think close to Rookie of the Year winner, but not better than Mike Trout and not better than Raleigh Green, and especially not better than, those two guys. So phase 2, I would say easily Riley Green, Mike Trout, and then Javi Baez and Kwan can fight it out for that last spot. Let's see. Other news. All-Star. We got that out of the way. I want to talk about 2 guys that are on All-Star ballot. Well, Judge is already starting. Raleigh, Pena, Witt, Ramirez, Wilson are all possible starters. Also, are the top top 6 people in the AL as far as WAR. But you got Judge with the 6.1 WAR, Raleigh at 5.4 WAR, Jeremy Pena, who's kind of sleeping there in the shortstop area with a 4.0 WAR. Bobby Witt Jr. is under him at 3.7, and then Ramirez at 3.3, Wilson at 3.1, and that's it. Alejandro Kirk is a catcher pick, has a 2.9 WAR. This is F4, mind you. So F4 and B WAR might be a little bit different. And Riley Green is at 2.8 to round out the top 10 that could be in the All-Star game. No, Mike Trout's name is not in there. I noticed that, but I mean, 11-time All-Star, I think 3-time All-Star MVP. How do you say no to a guy like that? He was hurt earlier, but some other guys were hurt also, and just let the guy play. Also, if there are no other picks, like Zach Neto, Nolan Shenwell, guys like that, would say that Mike Trout is Probably the Angels representative. Um, well, I want to talk about Raleigh. 2024, he had a 4.7 B WAR. This is on Baseball Reference. 4.7 in 153 games. Not bad. In 79 games, he has a 4.4 B WAR. Mind you, by the end of July, he will have more home runs. He's already leading the AL in home runs with 32, AL and RBI at 69. Again, like I said, if there were no Aaron Judge and he wasn't doing what he does now in the American League, he would have AL MVP talk kind of stats or by the end of the year. This is halfway through the season, guys. Just barely at the halfway point. And he's got a 4.4 WAR. But not to be outdone, he is not the best player as far as WAR in a league. That, oh, that title belongs to Pete Crow Armstrong, who has kind of just come out and burst onto the scene. In 80 games, halfway through the season, 4.5 B WAR. Last year, he had a 2.3, so he's already basically doubled that. Last year, he played 123 games. This year, he's been in 80, already doubled his production and kind of cementing himself as an everyday player for the Cubs. I want to talk about the outfielder that I said I would pick alongside alongside him because he was traded by the Astros. Cal Tucker, outfielder. The Astros last year, All-Star, mind you, the last 3 seasons. 4.7 ER, I'm sorry, 4.7 B WAR in 78 games. He's kind of dipped as far as production in that sense. He's only at 3.4 in 80 games, so a little bit less production in more games, but he had the same amount of RBIs at 49. He had 23 homers last year in 78 games. Or he's got where was it? 16 so far this year. So he won't hit as many home runs, but he's going to drive as many RBIs. He hit 289 last year in 78 games, 287 so far in 80 games. He's going to hit that 280 or 290 area this season. And yeah, I mean, just, 13 doubles last year, 16 doubles this year, 4 triples this year. He's healthy. Scored 56 runs to 57 this year. So, I mean, if he was an all-star last year with the numbers that he had, he's definitely an all-star, in my opinion, this year. His OPS is a little bit lower. His OPS plus is a little bit lower, but it's not to the point where you're saying, okay, you should take away that all-star status. Yeah, I mean, over 168, over 162 games or a full season, is going to put up a Ep.64 and hit 276, driving 106 RBIs and hit 32 homers. So I don't know what it is with Kyle Tucker, but I've said it before, I'll say it again. He is a sleeper. This year, Jeremy Pena of the Astros is a major sleeper, especially being right next to Wood Jr. Let's see here. I want to compare them. Okay. This season. So this year, Pena has got a 4.7 WAR to Witt's 3.5. They both played 81 games, so they both played half of the season. Witt has 3 more plate appearances than Pena, which, I mean, just longer games or more at bats. But the big thing here is Pena's 102 hits to Bobby Witt Jr.'s 88 so far this season. 11 home runs for Pena to Witt's 10. They both have 40 RBIs. Bobby Witt Jr.'s stolen 21 bags to Pena's 15. And from there on, Pena just sweeps batting average, on base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS, PS plus, everything. Pena is just stealing it from Bobby Witt Jr. If we had like individual MVPs for every position, Pena would probably be the best right now, or even at the end of the season in the AL. But the MVP obviously goes to the just best overall player, and that will most likely be Aaron Judge. So just wanted to talk about Jeremy Pena. I know he's an AL West rival player, but he's also a darn good player. That is it for today's episode. I will see you next week. Don't forget, July 1st is on, I triple check, on Tuesday. So Tuesday at midnight Eastern, or 9 o'clock. Yeah, midnight Eastern morning. So look for that picture. Again, please like and subscribe to this channel. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you next time.